Ever walked away from a conversation feeling like something was off, even though the other person said all the right things? You shook hands, nailed the pitch, followed up perfectly, but something still felt fake. That's because influence isn't a performance. It's not about mastering the script. It's about something deeper, something most people miss. Trust. Trust is the invisible currency that unlocks doors, closes deals, and builds relationships that last. But here's the problem. Most of us were never taught how to earn it. We were taught how to fake it, and people know the difference. So how do you build trust that actually sticks? It starts with the 3 C's: connection, character, and competence. Master these, and you don't just influence people, you inspire them. Because at the end of the day, what's standing between you and your biggest goals isn't strategy, luck, or even skill. It's another human being. And humans don't follow scripts, they follow trust. In this blink, you're going to learn the habits that turn superficial interactions into real influence. You'll discover why self-trust is the foundation of earning anyone else's. How asking the right questions can turn small talk into deep connection. What charisma really is when you strip away the performance. And why playing the long game as a trusted guide beats chasing quick wins every single time. But first, here's the hard truth. You can't earn anyone's trust until you trust yourself. Not the fake confidence, not the bravado, the real kind. The kind that comes from looking in the mirror and asking, what stories am I telling myself that are holding me back? Because here's the thing, your behavior isn't random. It's shaped by narratives, stories you've absorbed from books, conversations, even the environments you grew up in. And some of those stories, they're lying to you. Take labels. You've probably got one. I'm a numbers person. I'm not charismatic. I'm just not a people person. Labels feel safe. They give you an identity, but they also limit you. They turn into self-fulfilling prophecies. And before you know it, you're trapped in a box of your own making. So how do you break free? Start by naming the label. Then ask, how long have I believed this? What's it costing me? Next, find one piece of evidence that proves it wrong, just one. Then flip the script. Turn I'm bad at networking into I'm someone who builds meaningful connections. And here's the key. Actively look for proof that your new story is true. But sometimes the real work goes deeper. Beneath the labels, there's often a root belief. I'm not enough. And that's the kind of story that shapes everything. Challenging it might take time. It might take a coach, a therapist, or a trusted friend. But if you want to build real influence, it's non-negotiable. Because once you've done the internal work, the real magic happens when you turn outward and start building genuine connections. And the bridge between your relationship with yourself and your relationships with others. Not the shallow transactional kind, the kind that unlock real connection. Like story-worthy questions. What's something you're working on right now that excites you? The best sign you've nailed it? Silence. That pause means you've surprised them. You've made them think. And that's where transformational conversations begin. Then there are empathetic questions. These aren't about you, they're about them. The what, feel, who method is your secret weapon. Ask what's important to them, then how they feel about it, then who it's affecting. And here's the power move. Remember their answer. Next time you talk, ask about it. How's your daughter adjusting to her new school? That simple question, it doesn't just build rapport, it builds trust. But here's the thing, everyone needs something different. Some people want to vent, others want solutions. Some just need perspective. So how do you know? Ask. How can I best support you right now? Do you need me to listen, share my thoughts, or help you find a solution? That one question does 2 things. It shows you care, and it gives them control. And that's how you build real connection. Now let's talk about charisma. Because if you think it's about being the loudest person in the room, you've got it all wrong. True charisma isn't about making yourself look important. It's about making others feel important. It's the quiet confidence of someone who leaves you feeling better after talking to them. And it starts with one thing: understanding. because nothing kills a conversation faster than feeling misunderstood. So how do you make someone feel heard? First, quiet your mind. That internal chatter, it's the enemy of deep listening. Try the physiological sigh, 2 deep inhales, 1 long exhale, instant calm. Then tune in. Ask questions that get to the heart of what they're dealing with. What's your biggest challenge right now? What's one thing you wish people understood about this? And here's the game changer. Repeat back what you've heard. So what I'm hearing is, did I miss anything? That one question, it builds trust faster than any sales pitch. And then there are compliments. Done right, they're charisma in action. Done wrong, they're just noise. So how do you do it right? Use the ASI framework. Authenticity, be real. Specificity, point out exactly what stood out. Impact, share how it affected you. Your presentation today wasn't just clear, it was inspiring. The way you broke down that complex idea, it made me realize I've been playing small in my own work. But here's the kicker. How you receive compliments matters just as much. Brush them off, and you're telling the other person their words don't matter. Take them in with warmth, and you deepen the connection. That's charisma, making people feel seen. Now let's talk about change, because whether you're selling a product, rallying a team, or pitching a new idea, you're not just asking for a yes, you're asking for change. And change is hard. Humans are wired to resist it. So how do you break through? With stories. Not just any stories, social proof stories, stories that let someone see their own struggles, desires, and potential transformation in someone else's journey. Because unsolicited advice, it bounces off. But stories, they slip through. Here's how to do it right. Start with a hook, a question, a statistic, an unexpected analogy. What would it take for you to hit your quarterly targets? Then tell the story. Introduce someone, let's call him Anthony, who faced the same resistance. Build the conflict. Anthony tried everything to boost sales except cold calling. He dismissed it as outdated. Then the aha moment. But then he realized the problem wasn't the tactic, it was his fear of change. Finally, the conclusion. He embraced it, and his numbers skyrocketed. Then tie it back. How does Anthony's story resonate with you? That question? It invites reflection, not defensiveness. And here's the key. Make them the hero. You're not the guru, you're the guide. But here's the real secret to lasting influence. Kill the monster of instant gratification. Because here's the truth. Business isn't a sprint. It's a marathon. And if you want to last, you can't just chase the quick win. You've got to play the long game. You've got to become the trusted guide. How? Start with silent influence. Lead by example. Want your team to be more vulnerable? Tell your own stories. Want them to take ownership? Show them how. And when you see someone embodying the behavior you want, reinforce it. A genuine compliment goes further than you think. But here's the test. What do you do when you don't know the answer? Most people fake it. They protect their ego. But the trusted guide does the opposite. They say, I don't know, but I'll find out. And then they follow through. That kind of radical transparency, it doesn't weaken you, it strengthens you. And what about when you meet someone who knows more than you? Don't compete, collaborate. Offer a unique perspective. Point out a blind spot they might have missed. Because the goal isn't to be the smartest person in the room, it's to be the most trusted. Do this consistently, and something shifts. You stop being just another professional. You become a symbol, someone people point to and say that's how business should be done. So here's your challenge. Start with yourself. Dismantle the stories that limit you. Then turn outward. Ask better questions. Listen deeper. Make people feel seen. And when you need to inspire change, tell the right story. Because at the end of the day, influence isn't about what you say. It's about who you are. And when you build trust, real trust, you don't just get what you want. You build a legacy. That's it for this Blink. If you found it valuable, do us a favor, leave a rating. It helps more than you know, and we'll see you in the next one.